Hi, this is John Assaraf, and I get asked all the time around the power of affirmations, visualizations, meditations, and do they really work? And if they do, what's the right way to do them? How often should I do them? And what time of the day or night should I do them in? Well, here's what I can share with you. Not only do they work, but they work incredibly well if you understand how to do them properly. And so when we think about affirmations or declarations that are not true, for example, like one of the ones that I have on my documents that says I'm a genius and I use my wisdom daily, or that I weigh 195 pounds and that my body fat is 10%. At one point, neither one of those I believed, or were they true? Now here's the question. How do you get something that is not true to be believed by you to be the truth, so that you think about, perceive, and act in alliance with something new that you write, some new vision that you have, some new goal that you want to achieve? Well, one of the greatest things that I've discovered is that we can rewire our brain, actually make new neural connections in our brain based on the words that we use, the feelings that we have associated with those words, and then obviously the taking action in line with those words. So let's talk about affirmations first and how to use them so that they really stick. Number one, I have all of my affirmations on a laminated sheet, and I choose affirmations for my health, my wealth, my relationships, my career or business, and my spiritual connection to God. And so I write down affirmations as if they were already real. Let me give you an example. My net worth is now $100 million. Keenan and Noah are absolutely wonderful boys that I cherish and love with all my heart and soul. I'm so proud of them and treasure being their dad. Now I have about 10 or 15 affirmations on this document, and this is one document that I read once or twice a day, usually when I wake up in the morning, and sometime when I'm in my office, and I have them laminated all over in my office, in my car, in my home in Colorado, in my briefcase, and every day I take a look at it, and I just sit there and I read it, and what's important is not the reading of affirmations. What's important is the feeling that's associated with those affirmations. And so reading it, I mean, anybody could do that. And it doesn't work for the most part. But when you really get an association with it, when you get to really feel, okay, that I'm always aware of God within me and my connection to all things and all people, when you feel that, you're actually really creating two things. Number one, an additional neural network, a brain connection basically, or software in the brain. Number two, you're creating the vibration that's associated with that affirmation. And as you know by now, the universe responds to our feelings, to our vibrations. And so the more you do it, the more it becomes a part of you. The more it becomes a part of you, the less you have to think about being that. And what we now know to be true is that your outside world will always match up with the internal map, the internal software. So the more you choose your own affirmations, the more you become the person who is just like these affirmations. Now it takes 30 days to get some of the software to really stick, 90 days, 180 days. I've been doing it for 28 years. And guess what? Every once in a while I switch out the affirmations. But you want to get some great affirmations that are universal, meaning they'll serve you in every area of your life. Like the one that I've been using now for probably about 5 or 6 years, I'm a genius and I use my wisdom daily. That helps me in every area of my life. So I have specific affirmations for health. I have specific affirmations for wealth, meaning that they're the exact amount of money I want to earn. They're the exact amount of net worth that I have. It's the exact amount that I give to charities. Very, very specific goals is how the brain works, and very specific affirmations is how the universe responds to you as well. Clarity is key. Emotion is key. The best times to do affirmations are the same time that they're really good to do your visualizations and your meditations. We'll talk about that in a second. So every day when you wake up, get your affirmations that are laminated and just start to read them. I am totally abundant in each and every area of my life. My life is a masterpiece, and I'm eternally grateful. I am now the healthiest and the happiest I have ever been. Now, I've been saying these for a while, so you can probably tell that I don't even have to look at the document anymore. That just takes a little bit of time. The thing to understand as well is when you first start using affirmations, okay, there's a part of your brain that's going to say, that's not true. And you're reading these, and you want them to be true, but there's another part of your brain that says, that's not true. Guess what? It's not true for now. There's your old neural networks or your old beliefs that are going to fire the neurons to get you to say, that's not true. You're lying to yourself. Don't worry about that. What I want you to do is say next and reread it again once or twice or 3 times. All right? Affirmations should be done for about 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and that's it. You don't need to do 30 minutes of affirmations. The other thing that I have done for myself is I've actually put my affirmations on my iPhone, and I actually have a new iPhone application that you're able to get that has all the affirmations on there that you need. Now, how do you apply affirmations with visualizations? What are visualizations? Well, visualizations are usually done with your eyes closed, where you visualize what it really feels like to already have achieved your goals in health, wealth, relationships, career, business, money, charity, whichever goals or visions you have. Whether it's how your body looks and your new ideal weight, whether it's the amount of charity that you do, whether it's the relationship with your significant other, your children, your family, any one of the things that you want to visualize is best done initially with your eyes closed. And it's really simple when you practice. Okay, most of the brain is used for visual processing, about 75% of that. But for visualization, what you want to do is close your eyes. And what I usually do is I also have a story of my life, okay, and that I wrote it out, and it says, I'm so grateful for the fact that my life is a masterpiece and growing better and better every day in every way. Traveling on my jet is so wonderful. I love the comfort and time I save, as well as the sheer luxury of flying first class all the time. I've written a story, a visualization story of my life that incorporates the different areas of my life, just the way I want it. And so what I normally do is when I start out, I'll start to read this, and it really incorporates and encapsulates every single area of my life. How much I'm making, my health, all of the parts of my life. Now, this is different than an affirmation. It's just like writing a story for a Hollywood script, but it's done in present tense as if it's already happening right now. And so initially when you start doing visualizations, you read it and you feel it just like you would if you were learning how to act for a Hollywood script. If somebody paid you $1 million to play a role, to play a part, that's exactly what you want to do when you're reading your visualization of your life, your business, etc. Then as you get accustomed to it over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you can close your eyes and you just pretend as if all of this is happening. So I imagine, for example, a limousine showing up at my home, picking me up, taking me to the airport, me getting into the jet, flying to one of my speaking engagements or to one of my consulting sessions. I visualize that happening, and in that visualization, I feel what it's like. So it's not just okay to say it or to think about it haphazardly. Feel what that's like, to live that lifestyle, to do the things that you really want to do, to have the things you really want to have, and to be the person that can achieve his or her goals and dreams. That is what visualization does. It's no different than what an athlete does when she closes her eyes and see herself hitting that tennis ball, or she closes her eyes and see herself jumping out of a parachute, or excuse me, an airplane with a parachute. You can visualize all these things happening, and in the visualization, you are setting up the brain to see what you want to happen. You're setting up the brain to have the neural networks, the software to make that happen, so that becomes the new norm for you. Once you have that ingrained in the brain, then your brain will then go on autopilot, just like most of your habits are on autopilot all day long. Your brain then looks for things in the physical world to make that a reality. When you have that image burned in your mind, when you believe it in here more than your current reality, that's when your current reality changes. Most people are waiting to see it before they believe it, and they have the equation wrong. You have to believe it in here first before it'll show up in your physical world. So you use affirmations, you write out the story of your life and business in every area of your life that is perfect for you, and then you visualize that right after you do your affirmations every morning and before you go to bed. And if you want to do them during the day, then you do them during the day as well. And I, again, always have my laminated documents with me just because it's easy for me to be able to pick it up and read it, pick it up and feel it, pick it up and close my eyes and practice my visualization. Now, some people don't have the ability yet to visualize really well. Guess what? It's practice. It's a muscle. Some people see vivid colors. Other people, when they close their eyes and they think of their story, their life story, their new life story, they feel it. Other people hear things. Don't worry about not having it in Technicolor on the screen of your mind. Sometimes you will be able to see it really clear. Other times you'll just feel it. Don't worry about it. Our brain sees in pictures, whether you can see clear pictures or not on the screen of your mind. So what you want to do is get into the daily habit of affirmations, declaring something new, visualization, seeing it happening, and being patient. It takes some time for it to become a normal daily routine and practice. Just like any other habit takes some time. Don't worry about investing 30 days, 60 days, 90 days to get into the routine and the habit. And then make it a daily practice. Again, 3 to 5 minutes for this. The third part of what I want to talk with you about is about meditation. Now, a lot of people think that meditation is something you do in the Far East. Well, maybe it started out in the Far East, but we now know that there are over 1,000 studies on the power of meditation. In meditation, not only does your IQ go up, your stress goes down, your intelligence really is on high alert, which means you're focused a lot more. But we now know that when we meditate, we're teaching our brain to actually access different frequencies of this universal intelligence that's all around us. When you close your eyes and you either do a focused meditation on breath or a chant on a word known as Transcendental Meditation, really, then what you're doing is you're really shutting down all the noise in the back of the brain, and you're focusing on this frontal lobe beneath the forehead. There's the newest part of the brain that's developed called the frontal lobe. And that frontal lobe is your CEO. That's your executive director of your life. Most people haven't learned how to focus, and focus is critical in order to achieve your goals. When you want to achieve a goal that you set, you want to be able to focus like a laser beam, focus like the sun is focused when you take a magnifying glass and heat up paper and burn it, or focus it even more and cut a laser using that same energy. When you learn how to move your brain waves, your frequencies, from your beta brainwave frequency, which is what you're using right now, into an alpha, a theta, delta, or even the newest brainwave frequency, gamma, you're able to stay focused on what it is you want to achieve. You'll learn what you need to learn. You'll attract what you need to attract. And you'll do what you need to do more often than not. And guess what? When you learn to meditate, you will learn how to connect to the field of all possibilities. you'll learn that we are all connected. You'll feel so in touch with yourself, with the universe, with the possibilities for your life, for your business, for every area of your being. Is this something new? For most people it is. However, I can share with you, in the last 5 or so years since I've been teaching business owners and entrepreneurs and people from everyday walk of life how to meditate and the power of meditation, consistently they tell me it's one of the most incredible things they have ever learned to do. It's a form of exercise as opposed to exercise. And so it is one of the last frontiers that we're learning about. That's the human brain, the mind, and the connection to this great universal intelligence, God, whatever it is that you call it. Meditation will give you the ability to do that. Now let me share with you 2 techniques that I use. There's actually 3 or 4, but I'll share with you 3 of them. Number 1 is when you just sit quietly, okay, in a space. And all you do when you're first learning how to meditate is do a little chant. And the reason for the little chant is just to keep you focused. And so you use a word that Transcendental Meditation will teach you, and the word is Om, and that's O-M. And all you do is you sit quietly, and you take a deep breath. And as you exhale, you just go like this. Om. And you do that over and over and over again for 5 minutes, for 7 minutes, for 10 or 15 minutes. And I don't know whether you could tell, but in those 2 breaths, because I've been doing this for so long, I already feel different. Total calmness, total clarity, total focus. And that is because I've been practicing for a long time. But when you do this Om meditation over and over again, they say that the Om meditation is the primordial sound or the primordial frequency of the universe. A couple things happen. Number 1, your body starts to vibrate differently. Your brain starts to vibrate differently. And you get a chance to focus on the breath, and you get a chance to focus on the vibration. And in learning how to do that, in learning how to stay focused, what you'll find is you'll move your brainwave frequencies without you doing any work. That is a great meditation to do for 10 or 15 minutes, and then you stop and you just allow your body and your mind to do what it does. Just be in a private, wonderful state of relaxation and calmness. All of the answers that you are looking for in the universe to help you with everything is in that quiet space. For most Westerners, that is something unique and something new that they don't teach us in school. I can share with you, it has nothing to do with any religion. It really works well with every religion. So meditation is one way of connecting to the source of all supply. It's one way of getting your brain to really focus and for you to learn how to shut out all the other noise so you can stay on task. Another meditation is simply one of breath. And it's simple. You sit down again, just like I am right now, and you close your eyes and you focus right over here at the tip of your nose. And as you inhale and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, you focus again just on the breath coming in and the breath leaving the nostrils. You focus right there over and over again and over and over again. And if you have a thought, you just pay attention to the thought and then release it and focus back on the breath. And if another thought comes, you release it and focus back on the breath. These are 2 meditations that are easy for you to begin with, and anybody could do it almost anywhere, anytime. All you need is 5, 10, or 15 minutes to really get you started. And then you can graduate into an intermediate of where you're doing 15 or 30 minutes, or an advance at 45 minutes to an hour. Now, there's also technology that you can use. There's meditation CDs that you can use. We have our own that you can find out about. Or you could find some other ones by Googling meditation. I highly recommend you start with the ones that we have, and then you can move on from there if you want to try some different ones. We'll obviously always look to provide you with the best types of meditations and instructions so it's easy for you to get started and stay connected and stay on task. Affirmations, visualizations, and meditations not only have helped me change my own life, it has helped me help hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions around the world, change their lives for the better, for what they want. May all of your dreams come true. Just remember, if you want to achieve success in life, do the things that other people aren't prepared to do. We're not talking about huge things. We're talking about little things. It's the little things like affirmations, like meditations, like visualizations, and taking the right actions in the right order that'll help you achieve all the success you want in your life. This is John Assaraf saying thanks, and remember, it's your choice to create an outstanding life.